On the 29th of August 2010, a Serbian film was meant to play in this cinema, which is now Cineworld. It was Empire Cinema back then. And it was meant to be playing at the horror film festival Fright Fest. But just before it was about to play, Westminster Council said, nope, you're not allowed to show it uncut. It has to be removed. And in its place, the film Rabies was shown instead. Fright Fest themselves said they didn't also want to show a movie that was cut because it didn't fit in with the festival, because they are a festival that was always showing stuff pre-certificate. And in the end, A Serbian Film had to be cut to be released in the UK. It had 4 minutes and 11 seconds cut, 49 cuts. It was the most cut film in 16 years in the UK. And now, 15 years later, A Serbian Documentary is playing at Fright Fest London to tell us the story of why it got banned in the UK and all the other weird stories about it. Let's go and see it. I'm now home from seeing A Serbian Documentary, and let's talk about it. A Serbian Documentary is directed by Stephen Biro, who is the person that also released A Serbian Film in America under Unearthed Films. This film is also released by Unearthed Films. Now, what happened is Stephen was sent 162 hours of behind-the-scenes footage from A Serbian Film and was like, why has no one seen this before? Let's make a documentary from it. And then we get a documentary with behind-the-scenes footage. We get interviews from 2018 and interviews from 2024 with the director, the writer, with the cast and crew. And I have to say, this is actually a pretty interesting documentary. You get to learn a lot of in-depth stuff about Serbian film. Now, A Serbian Film, to me, is still one of the most disturbing movies that I have ever seen. And it's one that did stay with me. Now, I have seen the uncut and the cut version. The cut version does get rid of quite a lot of the really, really horrific things. And this documentary shows you behind the scenes of those horrific things. Now, are the writer and director people that seem a little bit edgy? Yes, they do. But do they also seem like people that treated their cast very, very well on a film that is full of graphic violence and other disturbing things? Yes, they seem like very, very nice people there. All the cast and crew that were part of this film have good things to say, and it's a film that a lot of people slammed. I wasn't someone that was the biggest fan of a Serbian film. I think it had great cinematography. I think the practical effects were great, and I do think it works with certain aspects of its story. But it is one that did shock. But when you learn more with this documentary, it is very, very interesting to learn why they did the things they did and why they were shocked that it was banned in certain countries. It's still banned in 46 countries. Yes, I think it's a documentary that is well worth checking out. Yes, you do see some of the graphic stuff that did happen in a Serbian film, and you do see about a certain scene that is heavily cut on the UK one, a certain scene that audiences were like, maybe you went a bit too far with that scene. You see some really interesting behind-the-scenes stuff about that. It's a very well-struck documentary, learning a lot about this film, how the script was done, practical effects, and it's a very short documentary as well, hour and 23 minutes. It fits in enough, it lets you learn about this, lets you learn about things that happen in Serbia, and makes a Serbian film make a bit more sense, that it wasn't out completely to shock, that there is a bit more depth to this disturbing movie that people may have not seen before. If you liked a Serbian film, or it just interests you, I say check out this documentary when it does come out, because I do think it is a documentary well worth checking out. For me, it is a documentary that gets a 4 out of 5, because there's some things in it that I wasn't too sure about, but for the most part, it's a very well put together documentary. So much behind the scenes stuff makes you really truly learn so much about this film. And yes, something that I think you should check out. I'm someone, that is very interested by disturbing movies. I know that sounds weird to say, but there's something that's always interested me about them, how they happen, how they're banned in certain countries or banned in the UK, that certain stuff. And A Serbian Film is one that has always been very interesting because of certain things they did with it in the UK and in all these other countries. So yeah, check it out if you want to learn more about a Serbian film, or just the whole thing intrigues you. Even if you haven't seen the film, you will learn something from this about this very, very disturbing movie.